Now, if you look at the fight over the weekend between Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, and the terrible injury that Billy Joe Saunders received, it shows you how dangerous boxing is. Now, boxing is not a game. You don't play it. You know, it's serious. And I'm not trying to put people off wanting to become a boxer. You know, it's a good. Injuries like that are rare. You know, I mean, it's not as common. I mean, look at the amount of people that get punched in the face in all combat sports and they don't get that injury. They might get other injuries, but they don't get that sort of injury. But that's like a career-threatening injury. And boxing, it's one of those things. If you don't do him, he'll do you or her. You know, it's you or him, you or her. You know, that's what fighting is all about. You know, you have to be prepared to take injury and inflict injury. You know, it's legalized assault. That's what boxing is. You know, and it's no joke. You know, you can get like the obviously the pros and cons to everything in there. You know, like the pros are you can make loads of money from combat sports, boxing, MMA. You can make loads of money. You can earn a decent living, or you can be a superstar and earn millions and millions. You can go to the really high stratosphere of combat sports and earn the most money, you know, like Canelo's doing, like Mayweather did, you know. Or you can be a low-level fighter and receive injuries and just do it because you love it, you know. Everyone's got their own reasons, but it's no joke, you know. It's either you do that person or that person do you. It's simple as that, you know. You know, if you're not good defensively, I won't box, in my opinion, you know. What's the point in boxing if you can't defend? I mean, that's the foundations. You have to be able to defend efficiently in order to become a professional boxer. And I see too many professionals. I'm going to dig at Billy Joe Saunders because he's good. He's all round. He's good. And no defense is perfect, but I think you have to have your defense on point. Because if your defense is on point, you won't receive that kind of injury. You know, I mean, if you look at the fight between Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, he received the same kind of type of injury, like orbital bone in his face, and he received that through just persistent jabbing from Joe Joyce. It was just basic. And should you be really getting that type of injury through that type of offense? Really? I know these are professionals, you know. I mean, a lot of people out there get brainwashed by professionals thinking that they know it all and they're the masters, but they're not, because they're still fighting. They still have a corner that tells them what to do when things are not going right in the fight, or when things are going right, they still get told what to do. So nobody's a master at anything, you know, just because they're pros. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've heard of stories in USA, Michigan, places like that, where they take boxing seriously, you know, in Philadelphia, you know, them in kind of areas, New York, where there's fighters that in gyms that not even pros, and they take on pros, inspiring and beat them, you know. So don't get fooled by this pro thing, you know. But like I said, if you want to become a fighter, MMA, boxing, you have to bear in mind that you could get seriously injured, and you could seriously injure the person. That's what it's about, you know. People want to take each other's head off, you know, with the chokes and arm bars and everything. You could get your arm broken, you could get rendered unconscious. You know, it's what happens. So you have to bear that in mind. And I'll get into another subject. The reason why I hate cheats in combat sports is because it's already dangerous, like I just said. And to cheat is just the lowest of the low, I reckon. Now, if you look at this glove here, yeah. I'm not going to mention no particular boxing name because I know people will cry all the time, but what I'm going to mention here is, see this here, this is like a glove, sorry, a thumb guard, I think it's called, or something, which keeps the thumb like this in the glove. Now, if that's cut, right, your hand can slip down easily and form a fist here. Now I'm going to show you, right? Like, it's in properly now, yeah? You can see there. Right, I'm going to put tight. It's on tight as it can be, right? It's in my gloves, my hand is fully in the glove, right? My thumb is, my finger's here, the thumb's there, yeah? Now, if that's cut, right, this here, if that's cut, I can easily put my thumb in a fist and slip my hand down. Like now, right, I can slip my fingers down as best as I can do. See that? My fingers are not there now, but my thumb is still there. Now, if that was cut, my thumb would easily be able to slide down and form a fist, like there. Now my hand's in a fist now, yeah. There's nothing there. It's just flappy, nothing. And if I hook somebody and hit with this part here, which some boxers have done in the past to cheat, this is going back years, not just recently. You can break eardrums, you can put dint in faces. That's what happens with this, yeah. And it's happened recently. I'm not going to mention names because I know people like to cry and shit. They know the golden boy and shit. I don't give a fuck about that, right? But that's why I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to mention names because I can't be asked. But anyway, my fist is now here, yeah. And if I hit somebody, and the person getting hit won't notice because don't forget these boxers are professionals and they're quick, right? Like that was quick. If that's someone's face, they're not going to notice that a fist is there. They won't feel it until afterwards. And this is a tactic that cheaters have used in the past. Even if the hand is fully in the glove, like this now, my hand's fully in now, some boxers like to sneak and still hit with this part here, which can still cause a lot of damage to the opponent's face. If they hit with this part here, because there's no cushioning there, there's nothing, it's just hard, you know. So if I slap somebody like that, it's an illegal punch anyway. So if anyone starts crying, that's an illegal punch, no matter what they say. No matter how much experience they've got, no matter what they do for a living. If they don't know that's an illegal punch, they shouldn't be in the profession what they're doing or whatever, you know. That's what boxers do. Not all boxers, obviously. Most boxers are legit, right? Honest, professional people, right? I'm on about this small minority throughout history that have used those tactics. And not to mention plaster of Paris in the gloves as well. They put plaster in there. When the sweat in the gloves, it makes it harder. And when they hit somebody in the face, it dints the face. Because it's almost like they've got knuckle dusters in the glove. And that's what's happened in the past. Obviously, you've got elbows and all that, low blows. That's also cheating as well. Some boxers do it deliberately, some do it by mistake, some do it deliberately. That's just me going about the dangers of boxing and martial arts.